Hello and welcome to the July 8th update of Illinois State House News' coverage of the Rod Blagojevich corruption trial. I'm Bill McMorris. Now, we told you on Wednesday that Rod Blagojevich had been approached by several fundraisers from Jesse Jackson's camp. Now, these men, specifically Raghu Nayak, offered Blagojevich $1.5 million in campaign contributions in exchange for a Jackson Jr. appointment. Now, Blagojevich at the time called this pay-to-play politics, but it seems as if he was warming up to the idea a few months later.
I'll tell you right now, if I had to make the decision, you make the Lisa Madigan play, you get everything you want and then some. They turn it down, they don't get it done, fine. Then it's Jesse Jr. I mean, that's it. Jesse Jr. or me.
Where I feel on that, I would do you over Jesse Jr.
I know, but nobody else does. So
no, I would. Fred Yang would. Hey, Governor.
Yeah.
Is essentially the deal with Jesse Jr. will be that the Jacksons will support you for re-election?
No, there's more to it.
What else?
There's concrete, tangible stuff from supporters.
Like what?
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Tangible political support, Fred.
Okay, all right.
Specific amounts and everything. And while, I don't know that all of that is achievable, there is some of it up front.
Now, tangible political support aside, you do have to admire that type of creative marketing. The move still baffled some of his advisors. Bob Greenlee, former deputy governor, he was on the line, along with pollster Fred Yang. Now, both of these men had met with Blagojevich multiple times about filling the seat, and it seemed that the top choice for everyone around Blagojevich was the Lisa Madigan pick. And Blagojevich insisted it was too. He said it multiple times, including in this very same conversation.
Again, the first option is Lisa. Right now in second place is either me or Jesse Jr. He's ahead of Gary Chico. Gary Chico's the best pick, Fred. But Gary does nothing for me, politically or governmentally. Does nothing for me. And, there's some nebulous thing that I have a senator who can get reelected and he might help me down the road, Fred. Okay, maybe, but I haven't figured out what I'm doing down the road. That's the other problem, right? What do you say to that, Fred?
It's hard to compare it because I don't know exactly what. You're right. Gary Chico doesn't bring anything tangible, but I don't know what Jesse's going to offer you. I don't know what tangible thing that Jackson would offer you that would be so great.
His supporters can be helpful.
Okay. All right. I hear you. All right. Well,
his supporters
are
helpful.
That's good. And then it gets to Bob's question of can you trust him?
I can't trust him any more or less than Lisa Madigan.
No, but that's not true. That's true. But when we talked yesterday, you said that you're not going to make the appointment until you've seen tangible action by the legislature to pass your program.
Yeah, listen, Fred, if we cut the deal with them, she's the one.
Right.
Jackson's not realistic unless they reject the deal.
Right. No, I understand that. I'm just saying that you can tell. You can't trust either of them, but you're going to know from when you point her that they've come through. What kind of assurances do we have from Jackson that he'll come through?
We don't, but Jackson at least covers me with my African American base.
That is true.
I lose that if I send her. With him, I get that.
Okay, I agree with that. But then why not Eric Whitaker then? Because
he's an unknown African-American who's not the uber African-American. Jesse Jackson Jr. embodies black American politics because of his father, for better or for worse. He's got a base, a network of political support that some can be helpful up front, and then you just see whether or not the guy, then it's a crapshoot.
Now, the hard bargaining Blagojevich is trying to avoid time behind bars. And his defense has basically said this is all a matter of political support. It's a political game that he's playing that everyone plays. And this tape seems to affirm that. But Greenlee today in court insisted that he, quote, did not believe the governor. He said that the governor had made zero plans and zero effort to actually make this Lisa Madigan pick happen. He hadn't talked to Mike, he hadn't talked to Lisa, he hadn't talked to anybody. The prosecution today also discussed the Chicago Tribune deal, and we actually got to hear from Patty in court today, or at least Patty's voice on Wiretap today.
So the Tribune endorsed Madigan a couple weeks ago, and then in the editorial endorsement, they say, "You oppose everything I try to do. Now it's time for Madigan to convene a committee of impeachment." Tribune, 2 weeks ago, when they endorsed Madigan.
You know, I was just, who are you talking to?
Greenlee.
Totally hold up that fucking Cub shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. Why should you do anything for those assholes? Stands out. What kind of bullshit's that?
What do you think of that, Greenlee?
Look, there's a part of it that really, I agree with. You know? I mean, now Zell will tell you he doesn't do anything that, he doesn't do anything with the editorial over there. He's just a business guy. But I would tell him, look, if you want to get your Cubs thing done, get rid of this Tribune. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not saying that they think they should impeach. They previously editorialized that they should not impeach.
Well, another consideration when it comes to that Senate seat. You know what you think, Patty? I'm going to spend all year dealing with the Tribune advocating that they have a committee on to look into impeaching me. Right, Greenlee?
I think it's a risk, yeah.
Now, this is the same Patty Blagojevich who, just a couple weeks ago, decided to give a statement to the media that consisted solely of, "My husband loves his Cubs." Now, it was a very cute moment. This is the woman who's been at her husband's side throughout the trial, aside from when she's asked to leave, when her name is brought up in connection to alleged money laundering or extortion. But, this is the woman who has been a very sympathetic character. She knits in court. Her husband confers with her on the side. So just hearing these tapes today must have been pretty shocking for everyone involved. Now, the prosecution only has 2 major witnesses left to go, both having to do with the Children's Hospital. Once again, we talked about Wyma, but Pat Magoon, the actual CEO of the hospital, has also set to testify. The prosecution says that it's going to finish up its case by Tuesday at the earliest, and Judge Zagel hopes to get the defense started on its case by Wednesday. And yes, just in case you were wondering, Rob Blagojevich does plan to testify. From Illinois State House News, I'm Bill McMorris. Have a great weekend.